if I told this before, I apologize, or stop me, Dan, if you remember this. But my friend Ed, back in South Jersey, when I lived there, he was Ed Gentili, great name. He was Italian already, but really wanted to be much more Italian even than he was.
Did he want to go by Eddie?
Yes, and he went pro also in this and that. Like now, he's just like a total soccer fan and tans and just goes to Italy a lot.
Does he kiss you twice?
I haven't seen him in. I haven't seen him in 20 years, probably, but like at least. But he was just like, he's great. You know, I mean, he was our buddy, but he was like your buddy that you also knew. Like, yeah, he's like dumb about this kind of dumb shit. He's very big on like trying to impress people with nonsense.
Sure,
was his personality type, if I had to say.
Soder.
And we went,
writer.
My mom, we moved. We lived on that's a golf course, you know, where my mom lives, and so it's got all these big hills. And so sledding over there was great. The one time was like more like icy snow. It was it was all ice, and we wanted to go sledding. We didn't have a sled, so someone had a boogie board, you know, like the wax bottom boogie boards.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, we'll just do it on this." And then when we get there and see this ice hill, essentially, we go, "Okay, it's gonna be fun, but here's what we got to do." When you start getting down like the middle of the hill, start punching the ground, you know what I mean? Like whatever, just step just to slow yourself a little bit, so at the bottom we will catch you. Like four of us, you know, we'll stop.
You gotta take to drag your feet.
Yeah, punching the ground.
Yeah, you're like, what if we break?
I don't think we would have done anything. I honestly don't think that.
But if you drag your feet, it just seems safer than throwing your wrist into guys. Jam your wrist into the ice.
Yeah,
and snap them off.
You can put your bottom of your feet just to drag your feet.
But I was going to say that all we really need you to do is honestly
grab it with your claws. Claws out.
If you just tap the ground, you were just slowing you down enough that you're still coming in hot.
Yeah.
We have to grab you. And Ed was the guy who goes, I'm going, and he goes like to the top part we were always going to, and then he goes like, fuck you, I'm gonna go the whole way, and we're like, dude, it's gonna be too fast,
too furious.
Shut up. And he goes and he comes over the ridge, and his face is like, and then we go, oh, he's tapping. We go, all right, he's starting to tap now, so he should be slowing down. And then he's getting closer. We see he's like pushing him. He's like giving himself more crank.
Yeah.
And he's coming so fast that we're like, all of us know, like, we're gonna hurt ourselves if we try to stop him. So we just move out of the way, and he goes in the hedge and lands under a bridge on a frozen creek.
His
head was all fucked up. We had to take him to the hospital, dude. His face was all. I remember how angry he was too. He's a very vain guy, and I remember so funny. My friend Little J, was over, and we had gone to a Sixers game a couple days before, and they get one of the, you know, it was Jerry Stackhouse mask night. It was like a big paper mask to put on, and when Ed would like come over with his face, he looked like a Chinese person on one side. His eye was like a little slit, and he would just sit there and go, hey, you guys want to do it? And Little Jay would just be like, oh, I can't. He just put the Jerry Stackhouse, fucking Jerry, of all people, Jerry Stackhouse.
He's a Vandy's coach.
That's fun.
I would like to see y'all go through the hedges to go get him. Yeah. Y'all just have to be like just climbing through.
No, we went to the bridge.
Oh.
We went to the bridge over
Talk
the
down
creek.
to him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Was he just laying on the ice?
Yeah.
He's like,
bleeding.
Guys.
He's laying on the ice bleeding, and we're like, what's wrong with you, dude?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why would you do that?
He goes, yeah, come on, guys. That was so fast.
Why didn't y'all stop me?
Yeah. Was that it? Was that
the
the
best,
first?
dude? He used to lie and say he had. So that when Little Jay was holding the Jerry Stackhouse mask over his face and he was getting pissed off, he goes, he's like, yo, I gotta go. Merlino's outside. Now Joey Merlino was, you can bring up a picture of Joey Merlino. Skinny Joey Merlino was like the head of the Philadelphia Mafia, a younger guy. They were very violent mafia,
like legit. Mafia.
Yeah. But I mean, like clowns. Like the Philadelphia Mafia fell apart, but these were guys who just like they just did illegal shit, and they were the Philadelphia Mafia, and they were Italian and hung out in South Philly. But Joey Merlino. So he would go. He goes, I gotta go. Merlino's picking me up. He just always swore he knew him, but would never come. I mean, it's great things like, you know, making fun of somebody who does it all the time. He goes, I know, you guys want to go to the coffee shop to see Merlino? I'm like, shut up, dude. Then he was having an excuse why we couldn't go. But he goes, Merlino, and the best thing was the next day when we saw him and his face was all out there, and he goes, his brother Bob was like, oh, hey, man, sorry, I didn't like, his brother's like a hippie kid. He's like, sorry I didn't pop in and say hi when I picked up Ed yesterday. And Ed's like, he's like, I thought Merlino picked you. He was supposed to.
There's two things. The first thing I'm thinking about is lying about going to hang out with someone and then not hanging means he's just in a room quiet, like, well, they think I'm hanging out. And number two, having a brother that's not into the Italian thing when you're into the Italian thing is the funniest.
Bob couldn't have cared
Him just coming in, he goes, hey, I'm Bob. And he's like, it's Bobby! What are you doing at the mama?
He kisses him on both cheeks.
He's
like, all right, man.
You're killing your mother!
He goes,
out there in those streets.
what are you talking about? I work at Circuit City.
Yeah.
Can you leave me alone?
Yeah, Bob didn't give a shit. But Ed was the one, I definitely told this story before when he made the video. He showed him trying to feed his brother Bob had a Burmese python. I've told you this. And Ed with a stupid voice. The video, this video was covered. If it still existed, it would be viral. But it was a VHS, and he's like, Ed's such a long kid. He takes the big white rat to a Burmese python.
Yeah.
And he goes, eat, you fucking cocksucker. Come on, eat. He's like, and he's taking a live rat, and he's like, eventually he's like kind of hitting the snake with it, like hitting him. He's like, come on. He's fucking, he goes, oh, he's getting fired up over here, huh? He's getting and one, the snakes, like, they move super slow at first.
Until they strike.
He's like, oh, this guy's getting afraid. He goes, it was so fast and quiet. He goes, oh, 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 and then it cuts, like, they hit stop, and then he goes. I guess he told him to start recording again. Now, so it just in an instant, it goes from that snap to it's coiled 3 times around his arm. He's like, oh, this fuck is, he's tight, and his mom's going, Eddie, what's up? He's like, and then you hear Bob like, don't kill my snake,
dude.
Don't kill it. It's Eddie's fault.
What happened to that tape?
Oh, he's got it. They would seem like they'd be people that would put it up.
You'd
like
think.
It would
Please
be,
reach out for the first time in 20 years just to find that.
No,
out.
I've talked to him on like social media and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
ask him if he has that tape.
Yeah.
I wonder
I would
how the
kill
rat.
to
What
watch
if the
that.
rat is still alive? The rat's like, I made it. That was one of the best days of my life.
He goes, seriously, sometimes you just slip right through the bars.
Yeah, that was like a presidential pardon.
Yeah. I don't know, just kind of chaos happened, and then I got out of there, and I've been living under their house since. I have a family of 48.
To not live in a jungle and have a story of getting bit by a Burmese python and it wrapped around you, like, you just shouldn't.
But also,
like, if you're in America, like, you just shouldn't. Like, that should never be a thing that you can talk about.
But him being close and being like, oh, looks like he's getting
There's probably a name.
Speed.
There's probably a name in comedy for it that I don't know. That's just like the thing, like the funny, like the humor of like such a huge, impactful thing being so quick and silent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when someone just gets like,
it's the best.
They do a thing where like a ninja like swings a sword really fast, and you go, you missed, and then like the hand falls off, and you go, ah! That kind of react. That's exactly what it was. It was so fast. He's just going like, look at this cocksucker, you fucking faggot ass python. Like he's just teasing it, and it just like that slow. I was like looking at him. He's like, oh yeah, he's getting all pissed off now. It was just such a short, like little, and it was so big. It was huge mouth.
It's such a delay.